Hi, today we are going to analyze the annual reports of Qantas. They are my group members.
I'm Lin Yan.
I'm Wenshan Cai.
I'm Shangwen Duan.
Qantas is Australia's largest domestic and international airline. They provide their clients regionally, domestic and international service. It flies to more than 45 countries and 200 and more destinations. Now I'm going to discuss about Qantas' social and financial performance of 2017 in comparison to 2016. The Qantas Group's underlying profit before tax was $1,401 million in 2017, compared to a record of $1,532 million in 2016. The benefit of lower global fuel price and the benefit from Qantas transformation program were offset by reduction in net passenger revenues. The group's statutory profit after tax of $853 million was down $176 million from the last year, due to financial year of 2016, including one-off benefit of gain on sale of the Sydney's domestic terminations. Statutory earnings per share was 46 cents per share. The decrease from 2016 was driven by a deduction in statutory profit after tax, offset by 11% deduction in weighted average share on issue. The table shows that Qantas' current ratio decreased by 0.05. Return on asset decreased by 0.4%. Return on equity also dropped by 2.8%. Overall, Qantas has slightly decreased in its profit when compared to last year's. This low global fuel price in 2016 can be a driver, and the Qantas transformation can be another driver, as in 2016, it unlocked total cost and revenue benefit of $557 million, whereas $470 million was delivered in 2017. Social performance. In 2016, Qantas has raised more than $7 million for World Vision and Flight Stars, which offer gains of up to $30,000 to charities. Qantas and Jetstar has extensive service training program focusing on principles of mindset and language to underpin empathetic service. Qantas program has trained 7,000 of a total 8,600 frontline employees, while Jetstar's program has trained 1,000 employees to date, with a further 2,500 to follow in 2017. Qantas has raised more than $90 million for World Vision and Flight Staff, which offers grant of up to $30,000 to charity in 2017. Overall, Qantas' social performance has improved compared to last year's.
Today I will be discussing how the new accounting standards will impact the asset liability and the profit of Qantas. ASB 16, the new lease accounting standard for leases, will move many off-balance-sheet leases to operate stores onto the balance sheet. There are many. Today I will be discussing how the new accounting standards will impact the asset liabilities and the profit of Qantas. ASB 16, the new lease accounting standards for leases, will move many off-balance sheet leases to operate stores onto the balance sheet. There are many changes for Qantas. The first one, all Qantas leases will be capitalized on the balance sheet by recognizing a right-of-use asset and the lease liability for the present value of the obligation. The second one, no rental expense for Qantas, such as normal straight-line expense for operating lease cost. All Qantas leases will include a front-ended loaded expense, comprising depreciation on the right-of-use asset and the interest on the lease liability. The third one, when begin measuring the right-of-use asset and the lease liability for Qantas, no cancelable lease payments as well as payments The third one, when begin measuring the right of use asset and the lease liability for Qantas, no cancelable lease payments as well as payments for option periods which the entity is reasonably certain to access must be included in the present value calculation. The last one is that the biggest change for Qantas leases is that distinction between operating leases and financial leases will, in many cases, start to blur. This is largely due to the fact that many traditional operating leases will have to bought on balance sheet as right-of-use asset with a corresponding lease liability. There are many impacts for Qantas. The first one, the greatest impact for Qantas on the financial statement of leases and ultimately their return on assets. The second one, Qantas Airways billions of dollars need to be capitalized on balance sheets. The third one, this will bring more transparency about a Qantas lease commitments and change key financial measures. One potential benefit for Qantas is that this expense may decrease now that they are being bought on balance sheet and the few onerous terms must be accepted to make them qualify as off-balance sheets.
To discuss how Qantas measure its property, plant, and equipment, it is clearly shown in Qantas' annual report. The PPE are stated at cost less accumulated depreciation and impairment. Depreciation is provided on a straight line basis on all items of PPE, except for the freehold land, which is not depreciated. In 2016, the total PPE is measured at cost of $24,457 million. The accumulated depreciation and impairment is $12,787 million, and the net book value is $11,670 million. While in 2017, the total PPE is measured at cost, which is $25,940 million. The accumulated depreciation and impairment is $13,687 million, and the net book value is $12,253 million. There are two models can be used when we measure the assets, which are cost model and revaluation model. For the asset to apply the revaluation model, they are shown at fair value. Fair value is defined as the price will be received to sell an asset in a previous transaction between market participants at the measurement date. Thus, the revaluation model is mostly dependent on the correct estimation of the fair value. On the other hand, when the cost model is applied, the assets are basically valued at the cost of acquisition minus accumulated depreciation and any impairment. It is fairly straightforward and less costly. Also, there will be no biases in valuation. However, the updated asset values are ignored. True and fair representation means that the financial statements are free from material misstatements and faithfully represent the financial performance and position of the entity. To provide a true and fair representation of asset measurement, I recommend that Qantas should continually apply cost model to measure its non-current assets and measure its assets held for sale at fair value. There will be no biases in cost model as the cost of non-current assets is available. Thus, this is a fairly straightforward calculation, while revaluation model is more costly since it should be carried out regularly. Furthermore, the management may sometimes be biased, which may lead to overestimation. However, revaluation model provides the latest value of assets that are held for sale, which can faithfully represent the financial performance and position of the entity. Thanks for watching our video.